Hello all and welcome to Team DSI's Advanced Leadership Webinar. My name is Jared Krebs. I'm pictured here with my wife Crystal and our dog Tasia. We're Emerald Directors, co-founders of Team DSI, and I want to acknowledge you for being one of our top leaders. You are on this group because you are doing your weekly action plan. You're posting it every Sunday. You're planning your work. You're working your plan. You're taking action on a weekly basis. You are the elite of our team. We want to give extra training to you. We want to give extra support to you. And we bring the very best to our Wednesday calls. And so I'm very excited because we have a very special guest that you're going to hear from. And before we introduce her, I just want to remind you that amateurs sell products, but professionals sell the vision. And so I want to encourage you to go out and sell the vision of USANA today. Go out and share the 12-minute video and show people the full picture of USANA, what USANA can do, not just for their health, but also for their entire life, and be that change. And also, if you're brand new to the webinar, if you just get on, could you please mute yourself? All right, so let's go into our introduction. We have a very special guest, Emerald Director Isabelle Wilson. She's been with USANA for 12 years. She's a naturopath and biologist, a lung cancer survivor. She's also living in Quebec, Canada, in Montreal, actually. And USANA has improved her life in every way. Isabelle, thank you for taking the time to be on our webinar today. Thank you for taking the time to share your story. I know we're not directly on your team, but we really appreciate that you're making time to invest in us and help us be our best. Oh, you look beautiful. I see you right there. Awesome. Can you hear me okay?
Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you so much. I'm very, very proud. And as you will notice, I'm French-Canadian because here we're bilingual. But I'm mostly French, so I hope you won't have any problem with my accent. And I think that the fact that you're inviting me to tell you a little bit about my story, it means that I'm really in my purpose, and all the suffering I went through I hope will serve today. And if it can help one of you or one of your clients, I'm gonna be very happy.
Awesome, thank you so much. Well, Isabelle, the floor is yours. Would you like me to transfer the webinar to you so you can share your PowerPoint?
Yes, we'll try. Okay. Well, I was a little bit in a hurry since we decided last minute. So I think I took the right PowerPoint.
Oh, that is so awesome. Okay. All right.
I will adjust. So, okay. So you will tell me.
Yes, I see your desktop. It's beautiful.
Yeah, there's a lot of PowerPoint that I do have. It's not this one. Okay, so it's this one, and now the first slide is there.
We're back.
So hi everybody, and I'm very pleased to be here. Like I was saying, I'm very pleased, and I love USANA. It's 12 years, like you know, that I'm with USANA, and it really, truly changed my life totally. First of all, health-wise, and second of all, wealth. Wealth-wise, I don't know if I can. Yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you, Jill. So, so I will tell you a little bit of my story right now. If I wrote my life upside down, it's because my life was really upside down when I was 30 years. And now I just turned 50. And last week, I think. And so when I was 30 years, everything started because I was diagnosed with a lung cancer and I was not smoking. And I thought I was healthy. I had 3 kids at the time. My kids that you see there on the picture at the right, the last one was 6 months, and my son was 5 years, and the oldest, my stepdaughter, was 8 years. So the doctor told me that they don't know what they will do. They don't know what they could do. They will open and see. But afterwards, they told me that they were sure I was dying because on the scanner, it was showing that the cancer was on my left lung, but also did invade my cardiac membrane and also my right lung. So the only treatment with this rare type of cancer was surgery. So since they could not remove everything, they thought I would die. So on December 24th, they decided to open it anyway because I was spitting blood everywhere, and they said she cannot die like that, during Christmas with her children and everything. So they opened just like to stop the blood from running out from my mouth and my nose, and finally they discovered that they could save me. But what we did before is that my friends started calling everyone so that they could pray so that I could be saved, and I was saved. And the doctor were calling me the miraculous. So this is where I started just before getting to the operation room. I started praying and negotiating my life. This is what most of the people do when they know they're gonna die. They start connecting, and then I asked to live at least until my children would be adult, or until I was 50. So because I didn't want to let them orphans. So finally, I just turned 50 on March 31st. And for me, it's very important to be here and to be able to tell you my story, because I want you to keep hope always, whatever. And now my children are all adults, and you see them there on the pictures. And the last one, the baby, will be now 20 years old this summer. And she starts studying when I'm studying natural medicine and all those things. So, and the oldest also. So I'm very touched, but to be here. But what I discover is something more, because I'm a scientist. I studied molecular biology, and I used to believe only in science and in traditional medicine. So sometimes I believe that the sufferings opens your mind, and I needed a lot of suffering to open my mind on something else. So finally, what I want to say is that I decided, first of all, to give back, because I from what I understood is that I was saved for something, and I'm not on earth only to, like you were saying, to sell. I need to have a vision. I need to have a purpose. I need to help others, to give back to society, to continue living. And then I decided to offer my service to the Canadian Society, because they were hiring different health professionals in different fields, and we were trained very, very much in the oncology, in cancer, everything that had to do with cancer, to help other people that are having cancer, or to answer to journalists or whatever. So I was trained very much for years in that field, and I was helping everybody that had cancer with their treatment, and with their choices of treatment, and answering their question and everything. And they were asking me, those patients, they were asking me, okay, but what can I do myself to help myself to prevent the recurrence, or to help fight cancers and all those things. And I was trying to say that nothing has been proven scientifically. I was actually, all the health professionals with who I was working and with who I was studying or whatever, they did not believe in all those things, natural products, natural medicines. We were very close because we were trained not to believe in it. So to open my mind, I needed a second disease. Okay, so I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. So I was still in my 30s, so I was pretty young still, and I did not understand how come I was going through all this suffering. And I had pain everywhere. I really felt like if I was in a body of a woman which was 90 years old. And I was taking so much drug and cortisone, and in the traditional medicine, they were giving me antidepressants and stuff like that. And it took a long time before they finally diagnosed fibromyalgia. And then the solution of traditional medicine, in which I was believing very much, was cortisone with full of side effects. Because you see me, this is why you see me in the middle. You see that I think I look better now than I used to, because of the side effects of the drugs. This was making me look awful. But this was the only way I could continue raise my kids and living. And I had one lung removed, and I had all those side effects. So I didn't have such a wonderful life, even if I was alive. So I was looking for, I thought, that in traditional medicine, they would try to look for the cause, they would cure me, but they could not. Eventually, they were doing their best, but this is the only thing they could do for me. So one friend called me, which she was a physiotherapist, and she said, Isabelle, when we don't know what to do with our patient, we send them to see an osteopath. But everything that was finishing with path, in Quebec, naturopath, osteopath, everything that has to do with natural medicine, the name finishes with path. So I was not believing in it. So I said, no, I don't want to go. It's dangerous or whatever. And she said, no, 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 no. This girl, she's also a physiotherapist, but she studied 5 years more than we did. She's very good. So I went to see her because I had nothing to lose. And she started manipulating me. Like when I was coming out of her treatment, I was in pain like crazy, even more. So I was a little bit mad at the beginning, but I continue going still. And from time to time, I started taking less. I needed less drugs, less cortisone, less and less cortisone. And then she was telling me things like, I'm drinking green juice. You should make yourself green juice because there's a lot of antioxidants in it, and it's proven that everybody that have degenerative diseases like you do are lacking antioxidants. So I said, okay, what is she saying now again? Am I going to start to eat green, like those, I was prejudiced. I don't know if I can say that like that. I was judging like all the other health professionals, but then I was suffering so much, and she was the only one who was able to help me suffering a little bit less or taking less drug. So I said, Isabelle, you have to open your mind. Maybe there's things that you don't know. So I went back in my scientific studies to see cancer and antioxidant, what it was doing. And I started discovering all a new field that I did not know exists, even if I was a specialist in this science, information science about cancer. So I said, my God, how come we're not telling that to all the patients that have cancer? And how come we're not telling them the truth, or, they could help themselves and everything. So finally, to make a long story short, after a while, I felt so much better doing everything she was telling me that I decided to go study nutritherapy. So it's like the therapeutic power of food, to treat myself, to take more antioxidants and to treat myself, to change my health lifestyle, to learn what I didn't learn in the other science, in the traditional science. So I went study natural medicine finally, and it helped me so much. Nutritherapy, it helped me so much. And what I understood then is that the doctor of the future will no longer treat the human frame with drugs, but rather will cure and prevent disease with nutrition. So your nutritionist of today or your nutritherapist of today will be the doctors of tomorrow. And this is what they taught me. And it was making so much sense because it was working on me. And then I decided that I would continue studying, and I will change all my lifestyle. And this is during those studies that I understood the importance of taking a good supplements. And then I've done like maybe 10 different steps to reach freedom. So I was free, first of all, in my body. And I started getting rid of my chain, and I could not believe all I didn't learn in the past and everything we don't know, and we're hiding to the people, and that are working. So it's like if I found the secret, the solution to help other people to get rid of their chain also. And so I started feeling good again, and better and better. That's why on my website is called gettingbetter.com, because I believe that even if we age, we can always get better if we change our habits and lifestyle, and supplementation is a big part of it. So I became finally at the end naturopath. So you see all the suffering I went through just to open my mind. And I don't want to be, I don't even want to imagine today. I cannot imagine today where I would be if I would be closed-minded. I would probably be dead, or I would have killed myself, so much I was suffering, or if I would not also, if I would be closed-minded about USANA, also I would be maybe poor or and suffering. So it's very important for us to open the mind of everybody around that we know and help people know the truth. So for me, it became like my purpose to tell the truth. So when I discovered the story of Dr. Wentz and everything, I understood that his purpose was the same as my purpose, and Wentz and Wilson, which is my last name, became one vision. So for me, it was like to talk about integrative medicine, to talk about the combination of the both medicine became my purpose, and to tell my story, what I went through, and my mind that was closed, and to open the mind of all the other health professional, because we have the solution for people that are really suffering, became my purpose. So I think this was why in a way, I succeed with USANA. And I believe that when you are in your purpose, everything becomes easy. So because life is about making an impact, not making an income. The income is coming when you are in perfect alignment with what you were created to be. And like Simon Sinek, I don't know how you say that in English. Anyways, he's saying people don't buy what we do; they buy why we do it. So I think it's important to do it for the right reason, and speak the truth even if your voice shakes. So even myself, if I was shaking, if I was afraid to talk about a doctor or a health professional about what I knew, I didn't care about shaking, because I was in my purpose. And if nobody would have talked to me about these things, I don't know where I would be today. So the rest is about intelligence, because I went to do the European tour to explain intelligence to the European. I just came back. It was wonderful, but at the beginning they asked me to tell my story. That's why I thought that I could use this PowerPoint, the beginning of the PowerPoint. Excuse me? Okay, thank you. Okay, so sorry, because I am with some associates here that are working downstairs, and I took like 30 minutes to tell you my story, but they came to tell me something important. So if you have question, I'm free to answer your question until, I think you said until 1:25, Jared?
Yes, till 1:25, 1:30-ish, we'll end the call. We have a lot of people that are on their lunch break. But Isabelle, first of all, thank you so much for taking the time to share your story. I love your slides. You're so well prepared.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow. It's a coincidence.
I can tell. You really captured it well, and it's very exciting to see your story and where you came from. So I want to start with just a quick question, and my question is, how do you share USANA with someone brand new, like say in your family that you've never talked to about USANA? What would you tell them at the beginning to introduce them to USANA?
First of all, it depends of their needs. Most of the time, I don't talk about USANA. I'm just connecting with them.
Good, yes.
And learning more about them. And when you ask questions about their life, about their family, about everything, they tell you everything.
Yes.
So afterwards, I'm saying if they talk, let's say, about a need that I can answer with USANA, then I'm saying maybe I could help you. I'm not sure, but maybe I have something for you. It might interest you. I don't know, So, and after I book another appointment.
Oh, okay. So you don't really talk to them about USANA. You say, I have something that may interest you.
Yeah.
And then you book an appointment to meet with them.
Yeah, I might have something.
I
know I was like that myself too. Exactly. Or I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to connect on the same level. at the same level. Let's say they don't have time to share, they don't have time to pass with their kids because they work too much.
Yes.
Then I remember myself when I didn't have time to be with my kids. And, so I said, oh, I understand. I felt the same way. And then, but myself, I was lucky enough to, I found a solution. Maybe we could talk about it. Maybe it's for you, maybe it's not for you, but if you want me to talk to you about it and tell you my story, I could, but not now because I'm in a hurry or because it's a party. But eventually, if you want, we can go for a coffee or an herbal tea and talk about it.
Okay. I really like that though, because you're not really you're not saying the words USANA. You're not, going into a bunch of stuff. You're just saying, I have something that might be good for you. And if you want, I can meet with you and go over it.
Exactly. It's always their choice.
Yes.
And if they don't want, you don't care, because you know that God will bring you the people that need you. And we're looking for them. No
wonder you're an Emerald director.
No wonder you're an Emerald director too. It showed right away when I heard your voice and when I saw the way you were talking. I said, oh my God, okay, I understand. It's gonna go far.
Well, thank you. And this is great because we have a lot of people on this call right now that are still learning. Many of them are still in their first year. They're very dedicated and they want to hear how an expert does it. And somebody who's also not their direct mentor, which would be me, right? Like they want to hear how you do it in your story. And it's beautiful what you just shared, because I think that there's a lot of merit in that. Like amateurs sell products, but professionals share the vision. And you are sharing the vision every time you introduce them by not talking about USANA on the front end, but by just saying, hey, I have something I want to share with you that may be able to help you.
Exactly.
I can meet you for coffee and show it to you. Now, when you meet them for coffee, what do you show them?
Depending on their needs.
Depending on their needs. Okay. So if they have a health need, you'll show them that.
Exactly.
If they have a money need, you'll show them that.
Exactly.
Okay.
And sometimes I don't show them anything. I just discuss with them. I don't bring anything. Sometimes I just connect with them.
Yeah.
And then I talk a little bit about my story. I talk a little bit about USANA and what's in USANA could maybe help them. And then if I see that they really want to know more, then I can send them something.
Wow, that's awesome. That's a great tip.
Another appointment.
Well, thank you, Isabelle. We have a few more minutes. Does anyone have a question? If you do, please raise your hand and I can unmute you. Also, you can type it in the chat. I see Lorena Galdiano from San Antonio says, Isabelle, you are an amazing lady.
Thank you so much. It's so nice. Thank you. I'm just me. I'm not necessarily amazing. I think I'm just, I have a good story.
You have a very good story.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you are amazing.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Raise your hand if you have a question or go ahead and type it in the chat. We just have a couple more minutes with Isabelle Wilson. Okay, so if while people are thinking of questions, I have another one I want to ask you. So when you're out in public and you meet like someone at a restaurant, like a waiter, or you're at the grocery store and you're in line and you talk to someone, what would you do then to introduce USANA? I have a feeling you wouldn't talk about USANA, but what do you do in those situations where you're meeting someone new?
I connect.
Connect?
I connect with them.
Okay, so you talk to them about them, their goals.
Yeah, not about USANA at all, not about necessarily business, but whatever, something is happening sometimes, I don't know, she has a cookie, it went on the floor, I will grab it, no problem, are you coming often, or whatever, just anything to connect. And okay. then I think for me, I think it's a little bit like when you meet someone, it's a little bit like if you dance with someone.
Yeah, totally.
Okay? for the first time, if you dance with someone you've never met, it's gonna take a little bit. It's gonna take a little adjustment.
Yes.
But your goal is to follow the person perfectly.
Oh yeah, that's a really good analogy. Dancing with someone.
Exactly, and the more you dance perfectly, the more there's a great connection. There's a lots of pleasure, and the people that the dancer that will dance with you will remember is nice time around you.
Yes.
So we will want to reproduce or continue.
Really, really good advice. I love that.
And Facebook, I love to connect.
Yes, Facebook as well. We have a question. We have our I guess our first and our last question to stay in the time. We have Renee Martinez, new silver director with USANA. I just unmuted you, Renee.
Hi, Isabelle. Can you hear me?
Yes, congratulations, Renee.
Thank you. I just wanted to tell you thank you for your time. I know you're very busy, and my question is, do you find prospects and use video presentations whenever you find people on Facebook?
Well, what I want to tell you is that I used to when it was answering a need, but now what I decided after our tour, my husband and I, when we did the tour, we also made my husband especially, we made a marketing part, not only a scientific part, but we gave training about the marketing part, and with the promoting part. And then we said that when we're going to come back, we're going to create our own short video.
That was going to be my second question. If you had your own video of yourself sending to people.
I don't, unfortunately, because I was maybe filmed on the stage when I was telling my story and things like that, but my own direct video was my goal when I would come back, because the problem is that I had so many ideas, and my husband also, but we were always presenting for other people, for the intelligence, and for, they were asking us to present a lot. So I was giving a lot of time, but I didn't have time to take care of my, my business, my tools, my stuff. But we said that the European tour is the last time, beside the webinars like I'm doing that are short. The last time when we come back, we will apply everything for us, everything that we taught finally. We've been teaching things, but we don't have time to apply it for us. But we know it's the right formula, because we have a lot of associates that we're helping that are doing it, or we also received Michael Callejas. We went also to the Next Level U, and they all agree that this is the solution for the future.
Yeah, having your own video, absolutely.
Yeah.
Anything else, Renee? I think he went back on mute. Okay, well, that brings us to 30 minutes past. Isabelle, thank you so much for being on. Thank you so much.
Awesome. That's it.
Thank you, Renee. Thank you. So thank you so much to everyone, and thank you so much to Jared. This is the way you say that, Jared?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much to Jared and your wife for inviting me. And I'm going to be pleased to come back one day. And I hope you're going to come to talk to my team also. I would love to. You let me know. Let me know how I can be of service. I'd love to be on any of your webinars and share my story as well. So, thank you so much. Good luck. What are your goals for the convention? Executive Emerald. Hey, me too. Perfect. Yay. And Diamond for the end of the year. Yes. Yes. Okay. And we'll see you at convention. Everybody, make sure you comment on our Facebook page what you learned from today. Let us know what your highlights were, and make sure you find Isabelle Wilson at convention and you take a picture with her and get her story in person. Thanks again, Isabelle. You can go on my Facebook. We can be friends on Facebook, and if you want them, they can visit my website. It might help you, because there's a lot of information in English about what's the website again? There's two websites. I can write it to you. There's the first one is gettingbetter.com.
Okay.
And the second one is Dr. Suciu. It's SUCIU.com.
Okay, we'll post those.
This one, well, if you type also, we just changed it. If you type also my health, my life, my way. My health, my life, my way. Since 5 minutes ago, you will be redirected to drsuciu.com.
I love it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We're going to post it on our group so everyone can go to your page.
Oh, you're so nice. Thank you.
Awesome. You're welcome. Thank you. All right. Thanks, Isabelle. Everyone, go ahead and unmute your phone and everyone say, have an awesome day and God bless.
Have an awesome day. God bless.
Awesome day and God bless. Thank you.
Have an awesome day and God bless.
After I ran, supreme leader suggested he not run. In the job said, if this is my